What's up, everyone? I hope you are doing well and welcome to another inspiring episode. I am your host, Rubania E-commerceWali, and today we have a wonderful guest whose journey in education is truly inspiring. Our guest, Muthusi, and he dedicated 20 years to the teaching profession, beginning the remarkable journey in 2004. And first timing in a remote area to teaching in a larger villages and now working in a town. Muthusi has gained valuable experience in different educational environment. Today, Muthusi serves as a both class teacher and senior teacher for guidance and counseling. So, helping students grow academically, emotionally, and personally. So, thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for your time. Hi, how are you?
Thank you for having me. I am fine. I'm okay. I'm doing well. And
I'm
once more, it's a pleasure to be on the platform.
okay. Matasi, first of all, my first question is that please introduce yourself to our audience.
Greetings to your audience. Looking forward to sharing my experience with them also.
Okay. Matasi, introduce yourself.
I might struggle to hear you. I'm not having headphones, but also the tone is a bit difficult for me to understand. But I hope you can hear me clearly that side.
Okay, thank you. And my next question is that what inspired you to become a teacher in 2004?
Yes, becoming a teacher was I was driven to teaching by my parents. So I couldn't, they were not comfortable with me studying something outside of the country. So I had the chance to apply locally, and the teaching colleges accepted me. So that's how my journey started in teaching. Initially, I wanted to study something else, and it was offered outside Botswana. So my mother was not comfortable with me going outside the country. So I joined the teaching college. And during those days, when you were admitted to study as a teacher, already you were guaranteed employment. So that's why maybe my mother wanted me to join teaching, because once you are accepted at college, you were sure that by the end of your training, you will be employed automatically. So that's how I started in teaching.
Okay, that's nice. And my next question is that how was your experience teaching in a remote area?
A remote area has got a lot of challenges. For starters, there are no resources. It is far from civilization. And during those days, even cell phones reception was not that good. So I had to apply for a landline telephone, which meant I have to be closer to it to do calls. So um, even the learners, they are not exposed to a lot of things. So they just go to school, do what has been taught at school, maybe do some extracurricular activity here and there, but they are not that exposed to other things, modern things like those in bigger villages and towns. And mind you, this was in 2004. 2004 is about 22 years back. So we can imagine how was it 22 years back, or 23 years back, yes. So the challenge was, and my home village is a big village, closer to a town. So I moved from that village and from my bigger village and started working in a rural area. It was also a challenge for me to adapt to the way of life there. Uh,
Okay, that's a wonderful. And my next question is that what were the biggest challenge you faced during your first year of teaching?
I mean, uh, I was given a class of grade threes when I started. Those are about 8 or 9 year olds, 9 year olds, yes. And this was my first post, and I came around a month later after schools had been opened. So already they were a month behind, and they were very young from a rural area. The language there, the different dialect. So I had to adapt to the way they pronounce things, and because we've got different ethnic groups. So I was from a different group, and they are a different group. So I struggled with the language, and also because they were too young, 8 year olds. I had to really seek assistance from those who had been there for a longer time. So, but it took me about 4 or 5 months. I adapted, and then English was not forced. So you had to talk to them in their native language for them to understand. Imagine, also, these are young learners. So it's better to teach them with their own language for them to understand. And I was struggling really. I was struggling really.
Okay, that's nice. And my next question is that what lesson did you learn during the 11 year you spent there?
Can you repeat that question again, Miriam?
I'm sure. What lesson did you learn during the 11 years you spent in a village changer?
If I heard you correctly, you wanted to know what lesson I learned during that time in the rural area. All
Yes.
right. Um, people in remote areas are very, how can I put it? Those are real human people, human beings. They don't discriminate. They take life as easy as it comes. They are not after material things. Most of them, they just only need the basics. So it was a reality check for me because they make do with simple things. So and personally, it helped me to grow uh, as a human being. How you interact with others, because they don't care whether you come educated or what. They see people as the same there. So of course they respected government workers because we are service providers. They were, but in terms of socialization and blending with them, you have to go down to their level. So humanity is what I got from.
Okay, that's nice. And my next question is that how did you transfer to a town in 2020 affect your career?
In 2020, actually in 2019, a teacher wanted us to swap posts. I was in a bigger village, so she wanted to be closer to her spouse. So we swapped. It was accepted. I was transferred to a big town, and she went to that village. She didn't stay long there. She couldn't cope, but she couldn't reverse the transfer. So I stayed in town. Uh, it's very different, totally different from the two other villages that I've been to. Uh, Remember, I started in a rural area, then I went to a bigger village, then to town. So there's massive difference there. And in a town now, that's where you see the challenges of modern technology and the likes, because they're exposed to those things. So really coming to town helped me grow as an individual also, because now I had to be up to date with the new things, because I was dealing with different people, unlike in rural areas where they mostly relied on the teacher. Here also the teacher rely on them and on their parents because of the technology and the like. So I think now I'm in a place where I need to grow and learn more, because the challenges are now complex than in rural area.
Okay, that's nice. And my next question is that what is your grand role as a class teacher?
You will bear with me. Sometimes I don't understand much of your question, but are you saying something like as a my experience as a class teacher? Or were you saying I should tell you about my experience as a class
My
teacher?
question is that what is your grand role as as a class teacher?
Oh, okay. Ooh. Right now, I'm part a class teacher, part administrator, because of the post that I have. So, and also, I don't teach all the subjects like I used to do. I teach only 2 subjects. So, for about 90 learners, they are rotating. So, I teach the native language and the creative and performing arts. The native language means Setswana. So, uh, I specialize in on those two. So, as a class teacher, the workload is not that much. Uh, but as an administrator, that's where the problem lies, because now I have to deal with both teachers and learners. I have to guide the learners. I have to solve problems for the teachers and give guidance. But as a class teacher, we are teaching young children who are very impressionable. They trust, mostly they trust teachers. Uh, Even if their parents are teachers, they will also only believe what is being told by their class teacher. So I try by all means to be positive. I try by all means to present facts, because I know these learners trust us, and one wrong step, they will be derailed for life. So as a class teacher, I've got that responsibility to mold these learners. I've got the responsibility also to guide them towards the desired goals. So, but because I'm in a town, the challenges are not that much. Easily attainable. Those things are easily attainable, because also the parents are cooperative. Here in a town, the parents are more involved in their children's learning. So, as a class teacher, my work here really is not that much.
Oh, that's amazing. And my next question is that what responsibility do we have as senior teacher for guidance and counseling?
Yeah, I'm on my 17th year as a guidance teacher. I started in 2009. It also has to do with the area that I am in, because for the first 11 years as senior teacher guidance, uh, the situation was not the same as now. I was in a rural area where there's a lot of abuse for young girls, especially. They were being defiled, raped. They were being neglected by parents, because in rural areas, parents can leave children alone and go to the cattle posts, to the lands, to cut grass, all those like. So that's where that I really, really had a challenge in dealing with learners' social needs. And because we dealt with sexual abuse, physical abuse, and emotional abuse that happened at their homestead. But here in town, the cases are low. Actually, since 2020, I've never dealt with a development case here. I've never dealt with a rape case here. I've never dealt with a neglect case since 2020. I've only dealt with one dropout but it was religious. The child had reached a certain age, so had to go to, what's happening? One case I dealt with, and also I dealt with cases of COVID during the COVID pandemic, in guiding and counseling people. But the first 11 years as guidance teacher, that's why I dealt with serious issues involving learners, because of the socio-economic statuses of a rural area.
Okay. So my next question is that why is guidance and counseling important in schools?
Come again.
I'm sure. My question is that why is guidance and counseling important in schools?
Yes, yeah, it is very important. It is very important because there's transformation in when someone is growing, and also there's other challenges that people go through in life, whether they are young or old. So they need to be counseled. They need to be guided. Like I said, the children we deal with are very young, easily impressionable, so they can easily copy on things. They can easily copyright things. So they need proper guidance so that they can go on the right path. So that's why guidance and counseling is very, very important, because in life, we go through the journey of life with tripping challenges that we go through. So in order to cope, we need to be guided, we need to be counseled. As for the adults, or the other teachers teaching other staff members, right now there's a global downturn in economics. Some are having financial problems, some are having relationship problems, grieving, their children giving them problems. So they need to be counseled also. They need the service. So that's why it is very important to be there in education.
Okay, that's nice. Wonderful. And my next question is that what are the biggest challenge students face today?
The biggest challenge, the vast technology is one. Internet is coming up with very good stuff. It also has got very, 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 very bad things that can be found on the internet, like pornography and recruitment to gangs, recruitment to terrorist groups, recruitment to do crime, basically, and the video games. So there's the challenge right now with technology, but it can also be very helpful. But because there's that too much of it, and these learners are exposed to a lot from a young age, so they can easily go the wrong path. So that's the challenge that I think globally is being faced by everyone. The internet totally, because it is not controlled, and it is open. Let me say that it's open, yes. And everyone who's got an access to it have got Wi-Fi or internet accessibility, can easily access, search the wrong things, or can easily be recruited to do wrong things. And we also have got the problem of drugs in our schools. So because these learners are exposed to these things, I don't know how these days it's easy to expose children to drugs. In our time, we knew very little of drugs around, and it was not the hard drugs, it was just the cannabis. But now they are easily exposed to a lot of stuff like cocaine, heroin, the man drugs. So but primary school, at least they're still young, but from junior high school to high school, those teachers, they are faced with a lot of challenges because of the drugs that the learners are exposed to.
Okay, that's nice. And my next question is that um, how do you help students build confidence and overcome difficulties?
Well, that comes from the trust that they have in us, for starters. Because if they don't trust us, they wouldn't listen to what we are saying. But we always portray a positive mindset for starters. So we try to reflect, to see a reflection in us for them to copy. And because motivating people, as much as we may try, it must come from within them. It should come from within them. It is intrinsic. They have to be willing to listen and accept the guidance. But we try a lot of stuff for them to be positive. We've got talent shows. We've got a lot of activities where we give them chance to lead, where we get their ideas so that they feel part of. So when there's a problem, we make them part of the solution. We don't just tell them the solution. They go through the journey in order to see and find answers for themselves. So we start by being positive, and we encourage them always to be positive. So, and that's how it becomes easier for us to solve the challenges they have. Remember also, we also tell them that these problems don't start with them. Everyone faces problems, and some of the other people have got bigger problems than them. It's only that they are able to uh, deal with them and not whine much about. So we try by all means to be positive. Also, in our school, we've got the student council. In case they are not free to talk to adults, they can also go to their student representatives and iron out whatever difficulties they have. But if it comes to us and we can't help them, we refer to the clinical psychologist who's nearby or to the social workers who are also just a call away, because we have got social workers who are attached to schools. We've got the clinic workers who are attached to schools and a psychologist at the hospital who's attached to our school. So it becomes easier to deal with these things.
Okay, that's nice. And my next question is that what are your future goals in education?
I would like to be a full-time administrator. Right now, I'm half a class teacher, half administrator. So I would like really to quit the classroom and be a school administrator, which if I'm left with 2 steps to reach. Right now, I'm senior teacher, so I need to be a HOAD, head of department. And from there, then I become a full administrator as the deputy school head and the school head. So I'm hoping to reach that level. Academically, I hold a master's degree in educational management and leadership. I, I'm still taking a break, so next year I'll be enrolling for postgraduate certificate in quality assurance. It takes a year. From there, then that's when I'll be trying to pursue PhD. But at the moment, my short-term goal is to be a full-time administrator.
Okay, that's great. And my next question is that what message would you like to share with students, parents, educators around the world?
Well, some say teaching is some say teaching is a calling. Some say it stems from passion, but if you are placed there as a teacher, do the best you can to mold these learners. I always tell myself I'm the most important person in a child's life as a teacher. More important than the parents, more important than the president, more important than the pastor, the priest, whoever, because I'm the one who's going to mold them into whatever they want to be. So as teachers, be proud of the work we do. Be proud of the chance that has been given to us to mold these people. We've got the power to determine what the future holds for the country by producing, they say, future leaders. So, the economies, in each and every country's economy rely on its human resources. And they always wonder what kind of human resource they will get in the future. That's where we are. We have to give them the future by molding these learners into whatever they want to be in order to help their countries. Be proud of your work.
Okay. So, thank you so much, Muthusi, for joining us today and sharing your inspiring journey, valuable experience, and wisdom. Your dedication to education and your commitment to supporting students through both teaching and guidance are truly admirable. So, thank you, and to our wonderful audience, thank you so much for watching and listening. We hope today's conversation inspire you and give you valuable insights into the life of an experienced educator. So if you're enjoying this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring conversation with educators, teachers, and change makers from around the world. So thank you so much, Muthusi, for joining us today and for your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me, and I hope it was my experience inspired a lot of people. And thank you to the audience for hearing to what I have experienced as a teacher. And I think it will be very helpful to them also. I'm looking forward to hearing from also teachers in countries like Pakistan. Thank you very much.
Thank you.